Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Momentum Mondays. My name is Mo, and I'm super pumped to have with me on this show CJ. Welcome to the show, CJ.
Thanks, mate. Thanks for having me as well. Pleasure. Pleasure to be
Pleasure.
here.
Pleasure is all mine.
I have my own channel as well, where we basically talk all things stock market. I used to cover a little bit of personal finance, but not so much now. But yeah, pretty much all stock market. My interest in stocks, etc. I'm a UK investor, if you
Yeah.
can't tell by the accent.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, I'm the UK investor. 26 years. Well, actually, I'll say I'm 25 years old, almost 26. And yeah, I've been investing for couple years, I'd say, or a little bit longer than that. But I guess I took it more seriously,
Mhm.
obviously last year or so when there was opportunity basically to get in.
So tell us a little bit about your channel, CJ. I believe you started it, at least based on the details on the YouTube channel, around May of 2020. So
Yeah,
that gives us less than a year. So which is just so inspiring to see how your channel has grown massively.
I started it basically because obviously the March crash happened. There was a good opportunity to get in. I've been investing for, like I say, a few years, but it was more like passively, like ETFs and Apple, etc. But I started going a bit more into it last year in May, and I thought I'd document the journey. A lot of people was asking me, all my friends and stuff was asking me about investing in that. So why not make this YouTube of it? And it just kind of led to another. And now I post pretty much every single day. I mean, I didn't plan to do that at all. In my header it says post videos weekly. So my aim was to do once a week. So it's obviously I've managed to grow it a bit more than that. Well, I started the penny stock series around, I think it was a mid December time, mid to end of December. That's when I made my first penny stock video, and it just got a lot of people were interested in it because it's not something that people considered before. Everyone's always talking
Mhm.
about FANG stocks and Apple and Beyond Meat, like these kind of big growth stocks. Nobody was really covering penny stocks at the time. There was one YouTuber that I followed really a lot, and he just talked about them, and it always got me interested. So yeah, I started talking about them mid-December time, and then you've probably seen it on the community as well. Like they really have become popular in the last maybe like month and a half or so. So I guess that's how it kind of started. But my interest in them, I've always had a few penny stocks in my portfolio, but I just never thought, people. It's kind of frowned upon on a lot of people, a lot of investors. Like it's too risky to talk about. Don't talk about it. But now it seems like it's people actually are opening up to the idea of it, and they are risky. Don't get me wrong. Like everybody knows that penny stocks are risky. They
Mhm.
they can go up just as quick as they can come down. But yeah, so I guess that's how that series kind of developed. And then I did a poll not too long ago as well, like what's your favorite series on my channel, and that was the highly voted one. So I guess I'm trying to do a lot more of those kind of things. That's what people want to see. Plus, that's what I am interested in as well. Valuations these days, it's not. It's not the be all and end all. You can look for, obviously you want companies with good valuation, but reality is you could miss the boat as well if you don't get in. So even if you're averaging in, a little bit, put a little bit into these stocks, definitely get in the position. If you want to hold a stock, I wouldn't say personally. My advice, or my strategy anyway, would be not to necessarily keep waiting. If you're not sure, maybe that's a good price. Maybe averaging a little bit because you've seen the market. Over time it does just keep going up. So right now, this is a perfect opportunity. These dips, these crazy dips we've seen in these last 2 weeks. I know, like in maybe 6 months' time, we're going to be like, oh, I wish I bought more on those couple week dips, for example. So I guess my biggest lesson is not pulling the trigger. I guess when I wanted to actually buy what I wanted, because now all of those stocks are pretty much, it's not always the way, but over time it probably will be the way. I hold the S&P 500 VUSA, and yeah, that's probably one of my largest positions. And obviously, that don't touch that. That just sits there. Same for some growth stocks that I just have in my account, which I don't touch. So that's the passive side of things. I don't even bother checking those. Really, I really don't. I mean, obviously, you keep up to date with it. If Apple were going to suddenly come out and say we're going bankrupt, I'm going to keep up to date with that. But the chances of that is quite unlikely. So that's the passive side. But the active side is my penny stock portfolio. I have three different portfolios. So one is a high risk portfolio, which is actually on YouTube. It's only a small position, so everyone can check that out, etc. Because I show my buys and sells. And then I have my main portfolio, which isn't necessarily disclosed, but I have a Discord chat as well, and I've put a lot of those positions in that exactly when I'm buying, etc. as well. And then I have a penny stock one, which I say I started in mid-December. And that's probably the most active one because obviously they are so volatile. Some of those are purely trades, some are short term. Others, I don't mind holding for, maybe two to 5 years or something along those lines. So yeah, My strategy probably is more active nowadays, but of course I have passive stocks as well. Thank you, man. Thanks for having me.